board.
Yes.
And on board with us, we have some highly precious cargo.
Yes.
Woo! I'm Maya, and this is Aladino. In the summer of 2022, we sailed north in our 28-foot home with our sights set on Scandinavia. We dreamed of rugged coastlines, intense sailing, and otherworldly anchorages. Join us as we document every chapter of this Scandinavian summer. We're very close now. The end of the Limfjord, the end of this Danish voyage, and the beginning of something new. For the past several weeks, we've made our way slowly through the Limfjord, a series of saltwater bays and channels which cut through Denmark from west to east. And now we're on the final stretch, from Aalborg to the sea, where we'll make the crossing over to Sweden. Aladino.
Good morning.
On board with us, we have some highly precious cargo.
Yes.
Woo! Luca and Annika are here. We are very excited. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to a week of adventure, heading over towards Sweden.
Göteborg.
Göteborg.
Yeah.
Or Gothenburg, as we
Gothenburg.
English people say.
Without you, Lord knows where I'd be, lost someplace so probably.
It's only a one-day journey until we reach the end of the Limfjord. This evening, we'll be in the coastal town of Hals.
Sail across the Baltic Sea, climb the highest mountain peak, shoot fireworks for.
Ready for the Genoa?
Ready?
Yes.
What I'll do.
And just like that, sailing through the middle of Aalborg. Aalborg is apparently Denmark's third most populated city, but unfortunately we didn't have much chance to explore it. The journey must continue. But one day we'll come back to see more. At least from the water, it seems like an interesting and modern city filled with the kind of interesting designs that Scandinavia is known for.
I'd learn the things that make you laugh. Oh, we could do so many things like that.
I actually like
So, you guys have just joined us from Sicily or Sardinia. Am I being overly dramatic, or is it a bit chilly here?
It is freezing. It is winter.
You the first day with long pants in a while, and Annika's got the toque, got the hat on.
And I thought I'm gonna bring one long trousers just for any cases.
Yeah. Well, here is the
What
case.
is the case?
But you also said you only own one pair of long trousers, so you couldn't have brought any.
I bought all of my trousers for the bad weather.
Yeah.
Aladino and Luca have some really uncanny similarities. And their refusal to own more than like the minimum amount of clothing at any given time is
It's the sacrifice we do for being on a small boat.
Yeah.
It's not because we wouldn't or couldn't.
Why only two pairs of trousers if you don't can wear two at the same time? You just need to own the right trouser where you can wear every day, in every case.
Of course.
Yes, the weather was a bit cold and gray, and the scenery swiftly became industrial as we floated outside the limits of Aalborg. Annika was just saying how this reminds her a little bit of the Rhine River.
Yes.
Well, it's an industrial and sort of this wide patch of water that does feel like a river despite it being salt. And the last time, actually no, not the last time you sailed with us, that was in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But the time before that was the Rhine River.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good memories, not really, never again. I mean, good memories with Annika, not with the Rhine.
I'll do it again if paid. So Anybody needs a delivery, I'll do it. But yeah, that's the only case.
Well, there was that really pretty middle section of the ride.
That was
On the whole,
amazing.
the ride was very stressful.
Yeah,
And industrial.
yeah.
But anyway, it got us here.
This
So
is not
yeah.
stressful. We're sailing.
Yes, exactly.
That's the difference.
Stay in the middle.
Stay in the middle.
That was
Yeah, there's
before.
less markers now, but the middle is best.
It is not nice weather. I am at the only dry spot and everybody else is getting soaked.
It really is terribly unpleasant. You know, we have had a few nice days of Nordic summer, but we're paying for it now. At first, the sheer quantity of rain was just kind of funny. Of course, the first day that our friends came and there's 4 of us crammed onto a small boat turns out to be one of the rainiest days of the season so far.
Oh no.
You know, the one thing I can say about this is it certainly reminds me of home. So.
Oh no!
But as the day wore on and we slowly grew nearer to the coastal town of Hals, our rain gear began to soak through and the wind gusts felt terribly cold, and by the time we finally arrived, we were honestly quite happy to be in the harbor. Grief, we made it! We're freezing cold and very wet, and it is pouring with rain and it's very windy, and there's a lot of swell coming into the harbor, but we did find a protected space.
The harbor was full
And
too.
the harbor is super full, so we rafted to another boat, which I know the Danes do a lot, but we're not very used to it, so it feels a bit strange to step on someone's boat.
Because now we want to go explore town.
Yeah,
So I guess we have to go get over it.
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Danish harbors is that they are experts at fitting in boats. A harbor that would appear completely full to my eye would only be considered half full at most to a Dane. It's common to raft boats together, and it's normal to just have to coordinate leaving the dock with all of your neighbors who are tied to you. And of course, when stepping over another boat, it's best to step over the bow, not through the cockpit. We got some groceries, time to go back to the boat and simply be cozy for the rest of the evening.
Wow! Risotto!
Look at the chef! Thank you, guys.
Do we have 4? No?
Some. We should have 4. We should have 4 forks.
Lovely, thank you.
Once?
Good morning. It is a classic northern day. It has been raining and then there's sunshine and then it's hot and then it's cold and it changes every 5 minutes. But we're just gonna go for it because apparently there's a market this morning that we're gonna go check out. And then we need to make some difficult decisions about where we are actually going today and tomorrow because there are not very good weather windows coming up, but we'll fill you in later. Let's go look at the market. Annika, what have you found?
Jellyfish! And it is amazing! Like, some of them are fluorescent, and actually the water is full of tiny little ones.
Really?
If you look closely, there's actually no free space in there.
We've seen several jellyfish here. These ones apparently sting, but the clear jellies don't. Once the jellyfish had been thoroughly studied, we continued on to the market.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors.
These smaller Danish towns seem to have an ability to grow or shrink quite quickly. At times, they may seem completely deserted, nearly a ghost town, and then all of a sudden, the right moment will come and everyone will gather together and the town will come alive.
On the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer light.
This market stretches on forever!
Yeah, it really does.
It's huge! I didn't know this town was so big. Okay, dear viewers at home, let's play a game. Which one is Aladino and which one is Luca? Oh wait, they're twins! So, twin team, what is the verdict? Because the weather the next few days is not ideal, hey?
Today and tomorrow is kind of alright, but we don't like the rain and maybe there will be a little bit of lightning. That's what we don't like. But then after this, the options get a little worse because it's just going to be windy consistently. That's why we're kind of back and forth. Annika's only with us for a week.
The crossing to Sweden shouldn't take very long, probably about 18 hours at a leisurely pace. The wind now seemed good, but the possibility of rain and lightning deterred us. If we didn't leave now, then we'd get stuck in Denmark when the higher winds kicked up. But lightning, I'll admit, lightning to me is probably the single most scary thing when sailing. We've been caught in a few lightning storms, and the sense of powerlessness that I felt while our little boat bobbed between massive strikes hitting the sea, it's not something I ever want to voluntarily repeat, especially not with guests on board. So what should we do? Stay or go? The forecast kept shifting every few hours, and our decisions kept shifting along with it. And while we oscillated between decisions, we wandered around the town of Hals.
Sun's going down and I feel sick. Flowers bloom across the room as I lay inside my bed.
The town of Hals was quite charming and surprisingly lively. It's a coastal town with some cute and eclectic shops gathered around its main harbor. Several old and interesting ships were tied to its shores, and some unique art projects looked out over the sea.
I'd make a nest inside that tree.
It might have been a
And see.
We didn't realize until coming up close that these are actually ships. And yeah, pretty cool art project. They look like made out of ferro cement. Yeah, must have been a cool event.
This mix of sculpture and boat is something completely unique. I've never seen anything like it. In these times where we have so much access to see almost anything we want from all around the world on the internet, I think it's really unique to see something that can take you by surprise. And I do feel like these took me by surprise. It was really nice to walk around the town, but in the back of our minds we knew that pretty soon we'd have to make a decision. Stay or go.
One idea is that tonight should be fairly calm, and we could actually make the crossing in one night. And the way the weather's playing out, perhaps that's our best option.
Yeah, this is a new ocean to us. Can you call it an ocean? It's kind of a lake.
It's a sea.
It's a sea. So I don't really know how it works compared to other oceans that I know. It is very shallow. So one assumption that I'm making here now is that the swell builds up quickly with the high wind, but as the wind goes away, the swell goes away rather quickly with it. Because one thing that I learned instead from other places like the Med is that it wouldn't be the best strategy if it's blowing hard now and then you go out as soon as the wind calms down, because then you have barely any wind to keep the boat on track, but you still have the residual swell which toss you around. But I might assume that it works differently here. If the wind dies down, also swell dies down, and we could be okay. I guess we'll have to find out.
We will.
So for now, we had reached a decision. We'd leave at sunset.
Preparing a fishing line for the big crossing, Aladino.
Yeah, I heard there is an old tradition here of catching whales, dolphins, sea lions.
You know what I think you'll catch?
Sargasso weed?
I think you'll get a jellyfish.
Oh no, not the jellyfish.
There's so many of them here.
Yeah, there is. I was kidding, by the way, of course.
Yes, of course.
But nice little fishy. always welcome.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing an extra big lure because I don't want to get a small mackerel. I heard there's mackerels as well. But sometimes they really overestimate themselves. Little mackerel, they think they are lions. And they go after fish that are half their size. So we'll see. Or maybe I get nothing.
We'll
That
see.
is the things I get joy from.
Yes. So it is now evening time, and our time in Denmark is very quickly coming to a close because soon we are going to cast off the dock. Well, we're going to have to extricate ourselves from our neighbor because there is somebody rafted to us. But then we're going to Sweden, and for now we're going to say goodbye to Denmark. And before we go, I want to sum up a few of the things that I've really noticed and really appreciated about Denmark, because there are several. I think one of the first is the harbors here are some of the most well-organized and well-thought-out harbors I have ever seen in my life. Every single harbor that we've been to has a little kitchen, lounge area where everyone can go, make some food. And so it means that if you come on a small little boat without your own kitchen or anything, you're taken care of. And it's amazing. There's Wi-Fi, you can sit there all day and edit, which I've done many times. The other thing is that the harbors here are super electronic. Very often there is a harbor master, but you don't really go up to a desk to pay. You just go and you grab a sticker from a vending machine and you put it on your boat to show that you've paid. And I don't know, some people may miss the human aspect of that, but I do find it to be very easy and nice. And sometimes when you're just tired after a sail and you come in, it's nice. You just go get your ticket and you're done. What else do I like about the harbors here? There's always space. We've never called ahead. You can just come in and you'll always find a spot. And if you don't find a spot, you raft to someone else, and that's totally normal, and it's just the way things are done here. And as for Denmark in general, we haven't been here for too long, but I really, really enjoy it. I think the people are super nice. I really feel like I can relate to them. They're very friendly, very relaxed, very kind, very intelligent, very calm. They're not in your face to come and be your friend, but as soon as you talk to them, we've just had really nice experiences and really nice memories that I will take with me.
I think we're ready to go. I just got some really good tips and hints from
Excellent.
our neighbor.
Great.
And the chart! A beautiful chart.
Wow,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. So cool.
We're all set to go to Sweden.
And then we have one in the back.
This line's going away, and then this one, and then we shall motor out.
This one is... Oh yes, please. We are free.
Thank you. Bye.
Setting off for golden hour.
Beautiful. We have wind, there is a nice breeze, but it is flat, it's good weather, and it's predicted to stay more or less the same. Oh, this will be great. So, filled with good memories, we extricated ourselves from the harbor, and we set forth on a night sail to Sweden. Next week, we'll take you with us for that journey, and we'll answer the question, did we choose our weather window wisely? Until next week, thank you for watching. So we'll talk to you next time from Sweden. Huge thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, let us know what you thought, subscribe to the channel. An extra big thanks to our patrons for making all of these episodes possible. We really couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you for being here. An extra big thank you to the folks whose names are now appearing on the screen for always going the extra mile to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. We will see you all in the next episode.